This is actually basic trigonometry, but it's testing something that gives people a lot of trouble. They just kind of can't wrap their head around it, but mostly because they don't understand basic trigonometry, but I'm going to explain it to you. We are told that sine of b is equal to 4/5. So b is up here, and we should probably write down SOHCAHTOA so that we remember that sine is the opposite side over the hypotenuse. So if we just fill that in with this 4/5, opposite of b is going to be down here, AC, and that is the 4 side, and AB is the 5 side. Okay, so what does that mean then? Well, how does that match with this idea that AC is somehow also 24, right? How can it be that the side is two different things? Well, it's because this fraction is a reduced fraction, right? So all of trigonometry is based on ratios, and we are always kind of given, whether it's through the calculator or just our own knowledge, we are given the reduced fraction. So it's possible to have numbers in the fraction that aren't the actual numbers that we would see if we had this triangle on a page and we were measuring it with inches or whatever. So in this case, the actual measurement of the side is 24, but that gets reduced to 4 when we compare it to the other sides. And so what we can do in this case is kind of build the triangle bigger by using proportions. Hopefully you recognize that this is a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. These are very common on the SAT because we can understand them without a calculator. So we can write 3, 4, 5. And we just said that the 24 matches up with the 4 side. So how did we get there? Well, 24 divided by 4 is 6. So basically what's happening is we are taking this basic 3, 4, 5 triangle and multiplying each side by 6 to get a bigger triangle. And so we can just do that with the other sides. 4 times 24 is 4 times 6 is 24. 5 times 6 is 30, and 3 times 6 is 18, and so this side here, BC, is 18. That's what we want, so that is the answer. And just to bring it on home for you, let's try sine B again using the actual measurements of this triangle, right? So this was 30. So sine of B would be the opposite side over the hypotenuse. So the opposite side we said is 24, the hypotenuse we said is 30. Now what happens if we reduce this fraction? Well, we could reduce in half, so that would be 12 over 15. Now we could divide both by 3, and that would be 4 over 5. The same thing we started with, and that's how trigonometry works. We are taking the actual measurements and we are always reducing them because you should always reduce fractions. That's just how fractions work. And so don't be surprised if the trigonometry measurement doesn't quite match up with the actual measurement. It's your job to find a way to unreduce that fraction and see what's really going on. It's very common on the SAT, and it's basic trigonometry in school as well.